The Colorado Rockies have vanquished the Los Angeles Dodgers in the wild card series and will be moving on. As you can see, Graham Pace, 4 RBI. Nolan Jones tacks on a homer. Pace had 2 of them. Kyle Manzardo with a double, and they take care of business in Colorado. The Orioles will also have advanced to the American League Wild Card Series, and they'll be facing us in the ALDS. This is the second time in the series we will be facing them. Remember the last time we faced them, we had a, 20-inning game against them? Hopefully we don't see anything of that nature. The Tigers just didn't come to play, and the defending champs are out. The Brewers will be taking on the Marlins in the NLDS, and I somehow simmed through game 1, but I didn't mean to. Nonetheless, we'll take a look at the box score. Jackson Holliday, 2 RBI, and it really was, not enough for the Oriole offense to get by. Shane Bieber pitching out of the pen, 5 innings. Ullman with 2 RBI. Hernandez with 3 RBI in his first postseason game. Arias with 2. So what is that? The 5, 6, 7 guys all get hits and really power the offense. Ullman, as a rookie, carrying our offense in his first postseason game. I love to see it. So we jump ahead to the 6th inning. Yankees up 3-0. Christian Encarnacion Strand. Bases loaded. Taj Bradley. He'll get a pop-up into foul territory as Lombard Jr., who recently came back off the injured list, is going to make the catch. And the Yankees take game number 2 as we tack on 3 more runs towards the end of this ball game to get the 2-0 lead. So we are on the verge of sweeping the Orioles out of the postseason altogether. Can we take care of business in game 3? But we'll have to do it possibly without James Pickett. The Brewers will advance to the NLCS against either the Padres or the Rockies. We got to take care of business here. Down by 1, Maurice Robert already has a hit in this one. And he hits this one off a circle change in the right field. It looked like the outfield might have been playing deep, which is very weird because Robert is not a power hitter. He is literally defense through and through. Lombard pops one to right center field, and unfortunately will not be able to get the third or any additional runs on top of that.
Now batting, the center fielder, Lee.
Time for Lee Bunny, was 2-11 in the series. 0-2 count, runner on second. Floats a 4-seamer into the left center field gap, but nowhere near the wall, and he will tie the ball game up at 3 apiece. Good bit of hitting for our first round draft pick. And now Aaron Judge with an opportunity. Come on, what you got here, big man? Sends it high. Deep to right center. And unfortunately, it'll be caught by Vance Honeycutt as Bunning will have to retreat to first. Jump ahead, Spencer Jones. Bunning takes off for second. No throw. Encarnacion Strand will step on first. Now for Robert Ullman, who's batting .1545 in an OPS manner. Now, unfortunately, he will not be able to drive in the 4th run needed for the Yankee offense.
Now batting, second baseman.
Jump ahead to the top of the 8th inning. Runner on first. Corey Kingman on the mound. Runner taken off, and Spencer Jones. Yes, it is. No, sorry, that's Jose Hernandez. Safe at second, being aggressive. And I appreciate that. Arias gets hit with a curveball, dude. I mean, it still hurts because it's 80 miles an hour, but come on. You didn't have to fall out like that. You didn't have to sell it like you got hit with a stunner or something. Anywho, Corey Kingman looking to get his team to the bottom of the 8th unscathed. Unfortunately, he will walk the bases loaded against a relatively weak hitter. Lombard's got an opportunity to drive in a run without actually getting a hit. Struck out, flew out, and grounded out. And he's going to take a changeup, send it deep. Right center field. It is going to get out of here. George Lombard Jr., only about a week removed from the injured list, hits his 2nd home run of the postseason. His first grand slam. We are up 7-3 and likely looking like we are moving on to the American League Divisional Series. Bunning takes a cutter, sends it into the gap, He'll easily have a double, maybe even a triple. He doesn't care. Third base coach is not waving him around. He says, screw it. He is in there with a triple. Big time. As Judge hits this high and deep to right field. It's foul. It's foul. It's foul. Let's relax. As Judge will unfortunately strike out, though. You can't always get big hits in these moments. I understand. Spencer Jones coming up to the dish. As, swing and a miss on a slider out of the zone. He really should have laid off. And we do advance to the American League Championship Series. Who we will take on, we will find out shortly. Disappointment for Baltimore. I mean, there's still going to be a team that's going to be a contender probably next year. Listen, as long as you have Gunnar Henderson, you're going to be a contender. As you know, we get extra base hits from several players, and it turns out we'll either be taking on the Guardians or the Athletics. And it turns out it will be the Guardians who we will take on in the American League Championship Series. James Pickett, fortunately, is back in the Yankee lineup. Padres, Brewers in the NLCS.
Leading off.
Sounds like a pretty solid matchup. Remember, Luis Gil is over there, a former Yankee pitcher. Spencer Jones here in the bottom of the 8th inning facing Edgar Valdez. Cade Smith, who was their closer and actually is probably warming up for that situation, as the Guardians up 4-3. As Jones bounces this one to Bazzanas. Bazzanas over the first. And gets the first out of the 8th inning. Now James Pickett in his first postseason game back since game 1, or 2 actually, is going to send a curveball deep to straightaway center. But the October air is going to keep that one in the ballpark. Damn it. As Byron Buxton makes the catch. Remember, he played for the Orioles a couple years ago. Won a World Series with them. As Ullman unfortunately chases high heat. A pitch that, come on, Ricky, you got to lay off of that, man. Abreu gets the strikeout on Cleveland. I forget who that young man is. Hernandez, Arias, and Lombard batting up next. Can we pick up a run? Now, Cade Smith, the 2030 reliever of the year. 1.143 batting average against lefties. Righties are not hitting at all against him, as Hernandez bounces this one to short, and no, he is going to not be able to beat that one out despite his speed. Arias up next, 2 for 3 in today's ball game. Who's going to take a 1-0 lead in the series? Bouncer to short over the first. And it's slowly looking like Cleveland's going to jump out to a 1-0 lead in this series. But Lombard may have something to say about it. He's already hit a long ball. As he hits the splitter to short. Jeez Louise, can we stop hitting it to short? Nonetheless, we end up losing game number 1, 4-3 in 9 innings. Mitch Keller, the free agent acquisition, get 8 strikeouts and 4 hits in 6 innings. Mason went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles. So we jump ahead to game number 2, tie ball game, as Ullman sends this cutter deep to left field. It is, oh my goodness, going to be caught. Ah, man, I didn't think he was going to come up with that one. Hernandez has had a good game, 2 for 2. A double, a single. He's also hit a home run a while ago. And granted, that was in another game. Floats it to about the same spot as Ullman. So, next man in the lineup, Arias, is looking to come through. 2-2 pitch. Shallow hit into center field. That'll give the Yankees 2 base runners. Number 8 man coming up. Glad to see the bottom of the lineup do their thing. Lombard Jr. floats this one to center. Buxton can't come up with it. Runner coming around the score. The throw at the plate, not in time. Yankees take a 2-1 lead. Good throw by him, but the catcher's just not in the right position. They didn't adjust to make the tag. So it is what it is. As Brendan Hannafy looking to slow down some of this bleeding here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Anthony Volpe struck out and lined out and jammed on an inside sinker, broke his bat. And he's kind of wincing a little bit. It's the end of the 6th inning. I think the trainers will check on him. Turns out he's fine. Aaron Judge hits a 2-run homer. That is his 36th home run. Sorry, is that 36? 16, 26, 34, 35, 36. Yes, 36th home run of his postseason career. He's already the all-time leader. It just is what it is. Oh, come on. Are you serious? We lose Pickett again? 2 months? Damn it. We really could use his bat, too. It's Jason Churio. His brother's Brewers team is up. His brother's Brewers team is up against the Padres 2-1 in the series. 2 runners on, and unfortunately he will strike out to start the 3rd inning, though there are 2 runners on. Travis Bazzanas, as the Cleveland faithful are not agreeing with the previous cut fastball being called a strike. He rips this one in the right field. It's going to bounce and roll all the way to the wall. 1 run will score. Another is coming around to score. Bazzanas going to 3rd. Volpe will just throw it home. Cleveland up 2-0. Cleveland is rocking right about now here in the early part of this ball game. Pasquantino will float this one to right center. Bunting is there, but that should be an easy tag and score. 3-0 Cleveland.
Now batting, the second baseman, Roger.
You know, I can't really underestimate this Cleveland Guardians team. They've been a great team all year. Bounces off the third baseman's glove as, okay, everybody will advance because they had no choice to do so. Lombard looking to come up big in another big-time spot. Down 3-1. Floats this one to right center. Shallow right center. Everybody retreats back. That'll call on Ethan Small to get out of this jam. Lefties are batting 143, and I think they're playing the matchup at this point. He's got a 6 ERA, but he's facing Maurice Robert, who honestly is not a hitter against righties or lefties, so I'm not exactly sure about this one. Small goes to short, and then the second, and they get both, and that's a walk. Now it's time for the captain. 1 on. He bounces one up the middle, but Zana can't come up with it. That'll be 2 base runners on for the Yankee offense. Number 3 batter coming up, Spencer Jones. Smacks a curveball into the left center field gap. Runner from second will score. Judge is not going to score. Probably should have had a pinch runner for him. Damn it. It is what it is. We do have an opportunity to get that 3rd run. And they're going to intentionally walk the rookie. Okay. For Robert, why would you walk in for Robert Ullman? I mean, he's been a good hitter this year. Sends it straight away center. This won't leave the ballpark, but damn, it almost did. 2 runners in scoring position to tag. Judge is going to score. Yankees tied the ball game at 3-3. So they go to yet another reliever. This is Nick Mikolajczak. Lefties are smashing the shit out of him. 571 batting average. As Arias, a switch hitter, comes up, and he hits a slider, unfortunately. It'll be the final out of the 8th inning. And we'll see how things play out in the later half inning. Runner on first for Vinny Pasquantino. As Fred Dunning, gives up a base hit into right field. Cleveland with 2 runners in scoring position as they look to go up 2-1 in the series. Brett Beatty floats this one to left field, but Jose is right there. No tag. Good throw.
Now
we get the call on Chase DeLauter as they are giving him MVP chance, which is very weird. He didn't have that kind of season last year. As DeLauter floats this one to right field, it'll bounce down. Ullman with an unnecessary gather of sorts costs us a run. 4-3 Cleveland. 3-0 count, and unfortunately Dunning will walk Byron Buxton. Fortunately, there's a man at every base so he can't steal. Does Dingler have a dinger in him? Bounces it up the middle. Volpe goes to second and is safe. What are you doing? Just throw it to first. Buxton was on first. That's why you don't throw it there. Come on. Be more situationally aware, my man. As Angel Yanao is going to float this one in the right field gap. One run will score. Ullman throws to the plate, but it's, oh man, not enough on it. The throw by Arias does save a run, but we are down by now 4. Volpe with 2 away, crashed this one into the right field gap. It bounces down as DeLauder comes up with it, and we've at least got a base runner, but we don't have very many, chances to play with. Bunning will float this one to left field, but it's going to be caught. And Cleveland takes a 2-1 lead in the series. Jump ahead to game number 5. Yankees up by 1 for possible Cy Young Award winner Reggie Smith facing Ralphie Vasquez. And who is this Cleveland creature? I don't know what they are. I've actually been to Progressive, and I have no idea who that mascot is or what his name is. Lombard goes to second, back to first. All they will get is 1. Yes, they get the runner at second. Anthony Peguero with an opportunity, runner taken off. The throw by Robert. What in the hell were you thinking? You are a 30 speed and a 0 steal rating. Look, like, what are you doing? Are you dumb or are you stupid? Robert is the strongest catcher arm in the game. Reggie Smith strikes him out. Lombard, get him out of here. Get Peguero out of here. You can't have him disrespecting you like that, bro. Eject his ass. How dare you? Churio starts off the 6th inning with another gap shot. I tend to forget how cavernous Progressive Field can be. That'll drive in a run and tie the ball game up at 1 apiece. Who's in center? Bunning? Bunning can run the ball down. I'm surprised he didn't cut that one off, but it is what it is. Bazzanas smacks a slider to Smith to right center. And runner from second will advance. Next is Pasquantino. Hits this one high and deep to left field, but it will find leather on leather to end the 6th inning.
Now batting, third baseman, George Lombard.
Top of the 7th, Lombard Jr. with a runner on. Slap it in the right field. Man, he has been hitting pretty damn well in the postseason. Hasn't really shown it in the regular season, but he has been hitting well in the postseason. Maurice Robert, a liability with the bat in his hand. Unfortunately, is going to strike out on an inside sweeper, and I think he should have laid off. But why is Cade Smith out here in the 7th inning? Are you looking to get a save now? Because it's not possible. The game is tied. Like, what are we doing here? As Volpe floats this one to center, and I guess the call for Cade Smith is the right one. Tail of the tape between the 2 pitchers, 7 innings and 6. It's been pretty much a mixed bag, but they've both only given up a singular run. As Smith goes back out there and for the 8th inning and strikes out Brett Beatty, his 5th punch out. And at 102 pitches, we are going to call it for the workhorse. As Felipe Gutierrez looking to get us to the top of the 8th, top of the 9th inning unscathed, and he does so by striking out Jason Churio. Down the top of the 9th, check swing by Ullman, and that is a bad call, absolutely bad call. Defer to ABS on that one. He did not swing. But he does on this one and takes a changeup up the middle for what will only amount to a single, given as it didn't roll to the wall. Roderick Arias 0 for 2 in today's ball game. Hits it to seamer to shallow left, and that's just going to be an out, unfortunately. Now Lombard Jr. with an opportunity. He's already driven in one. One in the gap might do it again. But he pops this one up to first base. Damn it. Another missed opportunity for the Yankee offense. Robert cracks it, but it'll go to Bazzanas, and he'll go to short way to force it. end the Cleveland can win it here in the ninth. Here is Travis Bazzana facing Gutierrez. He'll roll one up the middle. Arias is able to round around it and throw it the first to end. Not the end, just to put him out. Vinny Pasquantino also hits it to Arias. It's quickly looking like Cleveland and the Yankees are going to extras. Chase the louder, 3-2 count. Swing and miss at the high heater. This game will go to extras. Remember, there is no ghost runner, so you got to really manufacture your runs. As Volpe, Bunning, and Judge, as the first two are out, as Judge rolls one up the middle, as Bazzana can't come up with it off the changeup. That'll give us a two-out base runner. Jones, liner right at first, and the step on the bag by Velasquez will get them out of the 10th. Jump ahead to the bottom of the 10th. Gutierrez will unfortunately walk Piguero. Okay. I thought that was a strike, but it wasn't. Now Beatty up 0-1, and he'll work this one to left field. That'll give Cleveland two base runners thus far as they flip the lineup over, and we go to a different reliever, Brian Abreu, who has not given up a hit to anybody yet. That will continue. Arias goes to first, get out of the 10th inning without losing the game. Let's call it what it is. Jose Hernandez in the 11th is going to hit this one high and deep to right field. It is going to be caught. Oh, jeez. I feel your frustration, young man. I really do. Jump ahead to the bottom of the 11th. Churio will get on with a leadoff base knock off of Brian Abreu. He is pumped up, and I don't blame him. This is for an opportunity to go to the World Series. Granted, this is game 4. As Abreu strikes out Bazzana. Pasquantino, hit and run opportunity. No swing, the throw, and Robert gets him out of here. Get your ass back to the bench. I understand the aggressiveness, but hell of a throw and tag. Volpe from Robert. 1-2, swing and a miss. The circle change sets down Italian breakfast. We jump ahead to the top of the 12th and a liner right at Bazzana. He can't catch it. He's able to recover and throw, but no, they're not going to get Volpe out. That might cost them as Bunning might get a hit here, and he rips this one to right field over the head of DeLauder. Is Volpe going to come around to score? The throw is to the cutoff man, and I get why we stopped short. That is a double. Captain, what you got for us? Hits this one high, but not all that deep. For the final out in the 12th. Oh, man. DeLauder, Susac, and Velasquez do nothing in the 12th as Ullman smacks this one deep to left center, but damn it, they're able to come up with the catch to end the top of the 13th. Getting a little restless here. Ooh, good take by Arias. I would have swung at that if I were a lefty, but you know, I'm not a professional baseball player. Arias swings and misses, though, at the changeup that just dies about halfway to the plate. Ball and a strike. Mikolojak facing Lombard Jr. Weakly hit to right field here in the top of the 14th. We push on. Robert, can he get on or get one over? Hits the four-seamer. Right field, but it's going to find yet another glove. Jump ahead to the bottom of the 14th. Bazzana takes a high two-seamer that really slipped out of Guzman's hand. Yes, Jose Guzman is pitching out of the bullpen. He may have to pull a Josiah Gray. If you know, you know. Several years ago, Josiah Gray came in relief against the Baltimore Orioles as we throw the runner out, attempting to steal second. What are you doing? It's like the third time we've thrown somebody out. Stop running on this man. Sorry to bring back the whole the Guzman situation, who's already out of the game. Josiah Gray pitched 6 innings of extra innings baseball. I think he struck out like 10 guys, too, against the Baltimore Orioles back in 2022. That is a part of the playlist, so please go check it out. I think it's titled, like, the longest postseason game ever, or something like that. As Volpe rips this 4-seamer into left field. Yankees can't seem to get a runner in scoring position any longer as Judge swings and misses. Why? Why did you feel like that was a pitch you needed to hit? Just let it hit you. Just let it hit you. Jose Hernandez rips it over the shortstop's head and into left field. Churio will come up with it, and he'll end up with a 1-out double. He might steal third. I would not be surprised if this young man is going to be reckless on the base pass. Ullman floats this one to right center, and Hernandez is not tagging. He's not tagging. You probably should have tagged. Come on, dude. Fine, I understand. Arias, here in the 16th, gets a hold of a circle change, hits it to left field, and oh boy, we can't get a run across the board to save our lives. Bottom of the 16th, Mason Wynn floats this one to straightaway center. 2 outs, okay, in the 16th, and we are in danger of walking Pasquantino, a high sinker. Oh my goodness. Bro, watch where you're throwing that. Come on. Runner taking off for second, the throw. Volpe, the tag again. Stop running on this man. Are you dumb or are you stupid? Are you dumb or you stupid? Pop up by DeLauder here in the 17th, the bottom of the 17th. We're out of it, still 1-1. I feel like it's been 1-1 for like 8 innings. As we jump to the 18th, bottom of the 18th, strikeout on the Vulcan change. Mason Barnett went to Eric Gagne changeup school, as honestly, he's still got some juice left in the gas tank. We're going to keep him out there until something happens. As also we're running out of pitchers. Peguero pops this one up, shallow right field for the out by Arias. As we go to the top of the 19th inning, we are slowly approaching our longest game of the series again. Ground out, Beatty, Volpe to Jones. Okay. Mason Wynn already got a hit liner right at Jones. 2 outs in the 19th. Barnett up to 62 pitches. Now 63 is going to be the one that sets him down. And we are officially at a 20th inning, which would be our longest game of this series. And I think of all time in Yankee history. I could be wrong. Oh, Bazzanas sends this one to right field. Ullman chasing it back at the warning track, and he makes the catch for the first out in the 20th inning. That could have ended the ball game. Oh my goodness. Come on. DeLauder is going to bounce one over to Jones, and we are officially in the longest postseason game in Yankee history and of this series, going to the 21st inning. As Bunning will get a base hit off of a weakly hit sweeper. He might steal. I mean, with nobody out, shit, listen, as long as this game has been, go for it. Maybe hit and run with Aaron Judge. I'm down for anything at this point. He's 1 for 8. Runner is taken off. Nope, he will foul off the sweeper that I think if he showed a little bit more patience, he could have put that one at least in play. And circle change, hit at short to second, back to first. Why are you sliding, my man? You are 39 years old. You're going to rip your nipples off. Jones bounces this one to short, and we are going to the bottom of the 21st inning. Come on, Yankees now top of the 22nd. Ullman gets a base hit with one away. My goodness, this game is going longer and longer, but I really want this to end. Arias 0 for 7. Floats this one behind short. No one can come up with it. Everybody's safe. And come on. Who's for Lombard? You got a base hit in you. Smacks the sweeper deep to right center, but damn it, it hangs up a little bit too long. Runner gonna tag. Go to third. And for what it's worth, we have a runner in scoring position, 2 runners at the corners. Robert 0 for 8, 2 strikeouts, 2 flyouts, 2 groundouts, no pop-outs. But he's thrown out like 3 base runners. And I think we go to a pinch hitter.
Number 79.
Heriberto Hernandez is not that much better of a hitter, but he does hit lefties, so you got to play the matchup maybe a little bit at this point, and he can throw runners out if need be, though not as great of an arm. He will roll it third to first, and we will continue on. I mean, we would have had to anyway to the bottom of the 22nd. And in it, Mason Wynn, 1 for 8, smacks the changeup deep to left field. It's going to bounce off the wall. Hernandez comes up with it, throws it back in. And Cleveland has a runner at second with 1 away. They might drop a bunt. I would not be shocked at this point. Churio 2 for 8. As he bounces this one to the left side of Douglas. We will at least get him at first, as there are 2 away. Now Bazzana coming up. This is really killing batting averages at this point. 2 for 15 in the series. You know, first pitch lays over a strike, a cutter on the inside corner. And Bazzana fouls the cutter this time. He's able to put bat on ball a little bit and then fouls off a sinker. Bazzana, I think he might be the front runner for the American League MVP too. As you hear the chants, cutter goes back inside and fouls that one off. And changeup, no, a little bit too low. I get the idea of trying to get him to chase. As Douglas gets him to float it to center, and Bunning is right there. And Cleveland does not win this game. Jump ahead to the 23rd inning as Bunning hits this one high, deep, left field. But damn it, you got to remember he's not a power guy. Man, if only you hit for a little bit more power. I think he had a career high in homers this year, but he's not profiled as a power hitter. And this pitch going to get hit into left field, so the captain comes up with yet another base hit for the Yankee offense. Now it's Jones' opportunity, and again, we probably should have went to a pinch runner, but it's not going to matter as we ground out third to second. Boy, Pasquantino. It's Douglas pitch number 46. Vinny on Vinny, and our Vinny is going to win him. Man, 22 in the third innings. I've lost track how many outs. Like 67 innings, 67 outs. And this one will be floated to Bunning again. That's 68 outs. Yes, I am doing this as a trope. And roll over one. Lombard, the first 69 outs of baseball. Actually, yeah, 69. Oh, yeah, I can count. Now, this is officially the longest game since 1993. This is 2032. That's 40 years. As Hernandez is going to hit this one in the right field corner and end up at second with a lead-off double. Yes, young man. You have no fear in this postseason, and I appreciate seeing it. Omen also having no fear with 3 hits so far in this series. All of them singles. We could use at least a double, as this one is going to get floated to right field, but it's going to get caught. Hernandez tags and goes to third. So a sacrifice fly is all it'll take to get a second run on the board for us. As Arias steps up to the dish. I honestly have forgotten the last time either team scored. That's a ball on the high outside corner. Probably not a good place to go, as all Arias has to do is poke that one in the right field for a second run. Circle change low, fouled behind the backstop. And he'll do one. Nope, that's a sweeper too low, as the infield is playing in. I would be surprised if that the outfield is not playing in. Floats it to right field, and Hernandez he's not tagging. What are you doing, young man? You have to tag. Third base coach, come on, I just hired you. You got to tell him to tag. It's the fucking 24th inning, my man. Okay, Lombard should be able to come up with a hit right, and Third base coach, you gotta have sent him, man. Huff. Swing and a miss by Lombard on the inside heater. Allen approaching 55 pitches. And taking his time, bounces it to third. And with this throw, successfully, 24 innings of baseball, almost. 23 and a third, 23 and a half have been played so far. Oh my goodness. Is this game ever going to end? Zach Thompson coming out of the pen. Pitched well in the one inning of work he has had. Facing Ralphie Vasquez. Hard bouncer to Lombard from foul territory. Air mails first base. Come on, man. That'll give him a runner in scoring position with nobody out. I think Jones was trying to hit him with the baseball. Lombard Jr., that is. Peguero swing and a miss on the forkball. I forget he has that pitch. And it goes back to it again. Back-to-back forkballs, punches him out. That's a, pretty nice out to get there. Got to get Beatty as well. Ooh. Beatty, at this point, you got to take one for the team, my guy. And bounces this one. Foul to third base. Off the slider. 1-2. Fouls off a fastball. Beatty, come on, man. That was served up on a tee. 2-2. The 12-6 curveball is going to be ball number 3. Mason in the on-deck circle. As it hits Beatty in the elbow. Bro. I guess he listened to me by taking one for the team. Win 2 for 9. Again, this game is ruining batting averages in the postseason. But MLB The Show doesn't keep those stats because I don't know why. We are in the PS5. This should have been a thing on the PS2. As that's back-to-back balls for Zach Thompson. Finally gets him to foul one off, but I think he's trying to get the double play ball. 3-2. And rolls one to Jones. Jones to Volpe. Back to first. And we are going to a 25th inning. We've almost played 3 full baseball games. And I'm really trying not to throw another starter out there. Like, Guzman going out there, he's like our 5th starter. So if you throw him out there, he was probably never going to start a game. So, empty the chamber as Hernandez hits this one to right center. Jeez Louise. Another fly out. This is getting ridiculous as this is now considered the 3rd longest game in baseball history. Good Lord. Anthony Volpe floats this one to about the same spot Hernandez hit it. Jesus Christmas. Oh, boy. We've now reached a point they don't even show how many at-bats they've had. Bunning is 2 for 10. Again, we're killing batting averages as he hits this one near the gap, but it's only going to end up a single, which may play a role for the next batter, Aaron Judge, who I think is also 2 for 10, which they show it there on the bottom right corner. Facing Daniel Espino, he will take a high slider. Smart move, just wait for something over the plate, and that was probably the pitch. But the slider's giving him issues the entire series. High heater, swing and a miss, 1-2. No, lays off the curveball, making it 2-2. And lays off a high heater again, though he swung at one early. Jones awaits an opportunity in the on-deck circle. 3-2, swing and a miss. Good slider by Daniel Espino. We're going to the bottom of the 25th. Bruh, I'm surprised you have the energy to throw that bat at this point. Granted, you are DH. Leading off the 25th is the Jason Churio. Rolls one to short. And it's looking like the same old, same old. Oh, my God. This game is never going to end, is it? Oh, boy. Travis Bazzanas, 0 for 7 with 2 walks in this ballgame. First pitch to him. Oh, it's a slider deep to right field. Cleveland has taken a 3-1 lead in the series. Oh, fuck me. I'm just glad this game is over, but not in the way I wanted it to. Let's all take a deep breath. Like, seriously, let's all take a deep breath. This is literally the longest game I've ever played. Cleveland is up 3-1. We are in danger of being eliminated. I literally cannot tell you when we last scored. You'd have to scroll back for me to tell you. Jeez Louise. Almost everybody with 10 ABs or at least 9. This is not yet the longest baseball game. Actually, this is close to the longest baseball game of all time. This is the longest game with a conclusion. There has been a game that has gone to the 26th inning that had no conclusion because at the time, there were no night games. So once it got too dark, they were like, bruh, we can't do this no more. Remember, in the 80s, Wrigley Field was the last place to finally have a night game. But we jump into game number 5, and I don't even know if we have all arms on deck, let alone all bats on deck, but we are down by 2 games. Oh, fuck it. We're down. Listen, we got to win this series, but we have to take care of business here in game 5 if we want to send it back to New York, and we face Cleveland's best pitcher this season, Mitch Keller, a .75 ERA, a .85 whip, though that whip will go up a little bit thanks to walking the leadoff batter, Lee Bunning. That's a good start. As Judge rips this one into the left field corner. Bunning is not going to score, surprisingly. I think he could have made it. As Jones, unfortunately, will chase high inside heat for the first out. Hernandez bounces it, double play, 4-6. No, actually, it's not a 4-6-3 double play. You're able to run that one out. As Tristan Vreeling is going to get the start here in game number 5. We need you to go at least 6. As you look at the bullpen, Guzman's got some juice left. Barnett may have a little bit in him. Douglas is cooked. Regan is available. Dunning, Thompson, Abreu, and Great. Actually, we're not as cooked as I think we are. But I would like the starters to give, the relievers some respite at this point. As they get a base runner to start off the bottom half of the first, just as we did in the top half. Are they going to score? Runner taken off. Robert, the throw, the tag. Just stop running on him, please. This is what? The 5th runner we've... Look at his arm. Why are you running? Why are you running? Why are you running? And curveball gets Churio out for the second one of the first inning. Bazzanas, who is the hero from last night. I'm surprised we're even playing this game. Last night's game ended at like 3 in the morning. Even with the pitch clock, it was a long game. Game started at 7. 25 innings, and Ralphie Vasquez floats one into the right field corner. Ullman comes up with it, but that's an easy double for him. And Cleveland looks to strike for the first run, though they had a runner thrown out. DeLauder will strike out on the high heat. As Vreeling looks to seem to have that strikeout pitch going. Byron Buxton rips this one high. Deep. Left field. Just foul. Just foul. We'll do 3-2 again. And he will stare at a high outside fastball this time for the final out. Dylan Dingler rolls one up the middle. He'll become the first base runner here in the 3rd. Mason Wynn bounces it to Lombard. Goes to Arias. Over to Jones. Turning 2 pretty easily. 5-4-3. Churio strikes out again for the second time in this ball game. Hernandez is going to float one to left field, and we will gladly take that base runner with one away.
Now batting, shortstop, Anthony
Don't
Volpe.
throw your back out now. Here's Volpe. Sweeper, hit to Bazzanas. They'll go to short and back to first, and unfortunately, we won't be able to get anything more. Beatty, 12-6 type curveball. I don't know. The curveball looks pretty similar.
Leading off for the
As
Yankees.
you know what? Vreeling's given up 4 hits, but he
Number
struck out
17.
5. Keller striking out 2, giving up 2 hits, walked 1, and gave up 1 run so far. Velasquez floats a curveball in the right field over the foul line. Ullman misplays the bounce, and Velasquez will end up with a double with nobody out here in the fifth. Jump ahead to Lauder. He will strike out about the same way he's been striking out the last 3 plate appearances. High heaters. He's just not pulling the trigger. Bounces it to Jones. As Velasquez will advance to third. Dingler's up next, and he cracks this one into the right field gap. Runner easily is going to score before the run even lands. And they are not going to go 3. I thought Dingler would have it in him to go 3. As he says, up yours, New York. And understandably so. They're a game away from the World Series. Hard liner right at Lombard Jr. making the play. Bunning bounces one up the middle, hits off of Keller's ankle. And Mason Wynn can't come up with it, but it doesn't matter. Bunning is not going to advance. That would be a little silly. As Cleveland trainers take a look at him, his catcher, and he's going to stay in the game.
The designated hitter.
All right. Captain up here in the 6th. Bounces this one to Bazzanas at second. I thought that would have scooted past him, but great defense by Bazzanas to avoid, Bunning going to third, and then Jones floats out to left field. Again, Bazzanas might be the MVP this year. Roller to Volpe in shallow left center. He throws it. No, not going to get Churio out. Score a base hit. As Bazzanas is going to take the slider. The throw by Robert. The tag. No, they are not going to get him out. That is a wild pitch. 81 pitches for Vreeling, and it's going to be a long ball. A 2-run shot for Travis Bazzanas, his 5th of the postseason. He may have literally sapped the energy out of the Yankee organization at this point. Floats this one from DeLauder to center. Bunning plays it on the short hop, but that's going to cause the runner to score, making it 4-1 Cleveland. Regan out there, and Buxton will get a base hit. This one will go into the corner. Runner from first is coming around to score. Arias to throw to the plate to Robert. No. Tag not there in time. It's 5-1. In the 7th, Hernandez does get on, which is a good look. You see Ralphie Velasquez and Jose Hernandez. They did play in the Dominican together, on the Little League World Series team back just a couple years ago, not too long ago, as Ullman is going to come through with a big base knock, and he'll end up with a double. Oh, man, you could have scored from first. Hernandez. That's Arias' opportunity. He's going to hit this one in the gap. Hernandez will score. Ullman will as well. He's going to second. Yankees within 2. And the manager for Cleveland is going to pull Mitch Keller. His day is done, understandably so. Now Ethan Small is going to make his 2nd appearance here in the series, or at least in as many days. Heriberto, why y'all booing him? Heriberto Hernandez ain't did nothing to y'all. Unfortunately, he will pop this one up to Bazzanas. That's a bit of a wasted plate appearance. As Lombard Jr. sends this one high, deep, right field. It's going to land inside the park. And second replaces home. Home replaces second. Yankees are 180 feet from tying this ball game up. Bunning, oh man, reaches for a slider he should have laid off. And that is going to be the final out of it. Damn it, man. Ralphie Velasquez, 3 for 3 with 3 doubles. Definitely carrying this, or really starting and igniting this Cleveland offense. Guzman, unfortunately, walks the first batter here in the 7th. Bazzanas takes a strike. Robert can't get it to second in time. That's going to give Bazzanas another opportunity to drive in a run, and we are going to intentionally walk Bazzana because I'm not dealing with his BS or BZ. Bouncer. Jones goes to second. Volpe back to first, and Guzman's there to cover. So save ourselves from giving up a run.
Now pitching for the Guardians.
Cade Smith going to come out of the pen.
Number 36.
I don't think he has a save in this. As a matter of fact, he's coming in this early. I don't think he is their closer anymore. But he will strike out the captain here in the 8th inning. Jump ahead, Spencer Jones hits a fastball to left field, and unfortunately that's out number 2. So we call on the rookie to do his thing. He does have 9 hits in this series. 2 of them in this ball game. Floats this one to left field, foul territory. It is going to be caught and not end up on or over that netting. Beatty smokes a 2-seamer from Guzman to left center field. That just might be enough insurance that Cleveland needs
Now pitching for the Guardians.
to go on to the World Series. But can Eduardo Perez get through the rest of this Yankee lineup? 250 against righties, 364 against lefties, and we have a couple of switchers still in this lineup. Volpe floats this one beyond Bazzana. It's going to bounce and land. He is on with a base hit. He just might steal. You never know. I know, he's getting up there in age, and it's not the baster he really ever was that I thought he could be. As Omen unfortunately hits a liner to right field. As Arias, a double would definitely give us a spark in the Yankee offense and put a run on the board, but we need 2. As Arias out in front of a curveball, second short to first. Cleveland is going to the World Series. For the first time since 2016, Cleveland is going back to the World Series. 16 years later, remember, they are the team that unfortunately had the distinction of being the team that broke the Cubs, or that had the Cubs break the curse upon them. Oh man, that's some real terrible English. Padres are also going to the World Series, so we are going to be looking at 2 great middle infielders, Pablo Esposito and Travis Bazzana, in the World Series. Actually, we are not going to take a look at any of this. Cleveland up. Actually, it's 3-2 now. Is it going to be 3-3 going into game number 7? Who is going to take the 2032 World Series? It is going to be Cleveland. I would have shown y'all some of the game, but to be honest, there was not much of a game. Cleveland jumped out to a 10-0 lead and kind of just coasted down the hill at this point. Cleveland. And Byron Buxton is a 2-time World Series champion, but Cleveland, with their first World Series championship, I think since either 46 or 48. Somebody will correct me at some point. Okay, 48. I knew I would correct myself. Damn, it's a long time. That's a curse breaker of their own. That's almost 90 years. But congratulations to Cleveland. Daniel Susac, because this game is freaking broken, is the World Series MVP when he shouldn't be. Whatever. Pablo Esposito was the National League MVP or World Series postseason MVP. Jeez Louise. Mason Wynn getting it for the American League half. No, probably should have went to Bazzana. MVP is Travis Bazzana here in 2032. 40 homers, 123 RBI. He did what Jose Ramirez could not do. I believe he also won a batting title at 318. He was a 9-WAR player for what it's worth. I don't care about that number. Spencer Torkelson wins the MVP. Ohtani is 2 years removed from his last one, and I don't think he ever gets another one. Granted, he's got 7 of them, tying him with Barry Bonds. And you know what? This is a deserving MVP for him, despite the first-round exit. Adam St. Aud, the first round pick in the series, is a Cy Young Award winner. He also made the All-Star team. I'm surprised he didn't make it any other time. He might be a free agent. I could be wrong. But 24 years old. Hunter Green is the Cy Young Award winner for the American League. Reggie Smith finishes second despite having more wins. If he struck out probably closer to 180, he might have won it. I know this game tends to lean on wins, but Green was just that damn good. He's got 2 more years on this contract, and I don't see ourselves going away from him at the present moment. Again, Bazzanas, batting title. Will Benson, batting title in the National League. Not the type of player I would have thought to win a batting title, but hey, it is what it is. Drew Rasmussen probably had the best season for any closer ever. Ever. Yeah. Tristan Beck, also with 50 saves, which this is like the 4th time in this series that we've had somebody get 50 saves. Grady's had 50 saves, though he finished the 2nd in the Reliever of the Year award. Not too concerned by that. Pete Wills, a pitcher, actually wins the Rookie of the Year. I'm still of the mindset that there should be a rookie pitcher and hitter of the year, because just to give out more awards, what the hell, I don't care. Robert Ullman finishes 3rd in the rookie race. Graham Pace pretty much runs away with the Rookie of the Year, though I think Zaire Hope, who had 60 points better batting average, should have won it. Like, come on. Like, Zaire Hope was just better. Graham Pace is a good player, and Colorado is on the rise in Mile High. Yordan Alvarez picks up his 3rd Hank Aaron Award, go along with 2 MVPs in 28 and 29. Travis Bazzanas also wins the Hank Aaron Award, because usually that tends to be the case when you win either an MVP or a batting title. You see Austin Wells gets himself a Silver Slugger and a Gold Glove. Kyle Teal, Octagonal Gaming. Kyle Teal is our absolute postseason monster in his universe. James Pickett finishes 2nd. James Pickett just can't get a break. Can't become an all-star. Can't get a Gold Glove. Like, come on, man. This is ridiculous. Otto Lopez picking it up at second base. So is Jackson Holiday, beating out Colt Keith and our own Roderick Arias, finishing 3rd. Brett Beatty wins it at 3rd. So does Blaze Jordan. After 2 straight Pirates, Pablo Esposito rounds out things there. Rondell Fielder of the A's, Gabriel Martinez wins the left field Gold Glove, and he looks like a damn good, left fielder. Defensively speaking, Monty Mahoney, 1,000 fielding percentage. Interesting. Roman Anthony, his first season in Chicago, does win the Gold Glove. Sorry, I got the hiccups, and I'm not going to stop recording because I got to get this done. Willie Abreu, I think, picks up his 3rd, Gold Glove at this point. Shohei Ohtani picks up his 3, 6, 7, 8, 9th Silver Slugger to go along with 12 All-Star appearances, 5 Hank Aaron Awards, 7 MVPs, 2 Cy Youngs. Greatest of all time as of this universe. Actually, maybe not, because let's be honest, Babe Ruth has something to say about that. 2-time MVP, as Judge picks up a Silver Slugger. Kyle Teal, a Silver Slugger to go along with the Gold Glove. James Pickett, again, can't seem to get any love in the American League, damn it. Ethan Salas, who might still be 14 I'm kidding. He's 25. He's played the entire series. You remember, he was 17, I believe, upon being drafted, or upon this series starting, so don't forget. Luken Baker, what the hell did he do? Oh, he won the Silver Slugger at first base. Good for him. Alex Bregman, Silver Slugger at 2nd for the 3rd year in a row, and I think the 4th or 5th time in his career. As you see, as we scroll through, Gunnar Henderson has pretty much won a Silver Slugger every single year of this series. 23, 26, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. And I don't expect that to stop anytime in 33 when we eventually get to that point. Unless Aaron Judge is retiring. I don't know. Pablo Esposito will become the youngest free agent of all time. Juan Soto, your contract would be usurped if MLB The Show had no restriction on how much money you give him. I'd give Pablo Esposito $800 million, and that's not crazy because he'd be, 24 next year? Come on. $800 million. Easily $800 million. But we're not allowed to do that because MLB The Show says, nah, you can't do that. Juan Soto does pick up a Silver Slugger, though. First time in a couple years. He is a 7-time Silver Slugger for one of the most patient hitters of all time. And we've got some coaching vacancies, and I guess we'll take a look at some of these retirees, won't we? Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it out of the way in this one. So, bookend it with retirements. Max Fried is calling it a career. I am sorry we couldn't get you a second World Series, but you have been one of the most consistent pitchers I have ever had in a series. When I need you to get shit done, you get shit done. You might not have been win-wise phenomenal. You might not have been great strikeout-wise phenomenal, but you hold it down. You were an anchor for two different organizations, Atlanta and New York, which actually I just thought about. He already has 2 rings. He won one with us and one with Atlanta. Kyle Riley is going to call it a career at the age of 36. Remember, that 60 home run season never happened because this started in 2025. And man, the fall off was crazy. He has not been major league hitting in like 7 years. Joey Bart also calls it a career. He's kind of bounced around the minors for a bit. Francisco Lindor, Mr. Smiles, calls it a career. He might fall short of the Hall of Fame. The numbers just aren't there. The accolades just aren't there. Good career, though. I'll give him that. 5-time All-Star, 4-time Silver Slugger, and 4-time Gold Glover as well. Trying to help Mr. Juan Soto pick up his career. Blake Snell, 3-time Cy Young Award winner, 165 wins, 2,500 strikeouts. I think he should be a Hall of Famer. But knowing this game, I doubt they will do it. I get he was a 1-time All-Star, but he's a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. No other 3-time Cy Young Award winner or greeter is out of the Hall of Fame except Roger Clemens. And he already knows what he did. Manny Machado should also be a Hall of Famer. I think he'll get in. 487 in the homer department. 2,800 hits, 276 average. A 9-time, sorry, I can't math. 8-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover, 2-time Silver Slugger. Framber Valdez is also calling it a career, which in real life, he still hasn't signed a contract as of January 26th. It is what it is. A 2.8. He could have kept pitching. A 2.8778 ERA, bro. You could have been a bullpen arm for a couple years. But he's going to call it a career. 3-time All-Star. Willie Adames, his prior teammate, I think. I assume they played together. No, not quite. Willie Adames calls it a career. So that contract he got back in 2024, 25, going into 25. Fruitless. No World Series, one All-Star. It is what it is. I mean, he's a quality player. Josh Bell calls it a career. He has not played in, 7, 8 years? Crazy. But he hasn't really been a regular since 2024-ish. 1-time Silver Slugger, 1-time All-Star. Cody Bellinger calls it a career, but I just skipped over it and didn't even think about it. It is what it is. Andrew Benintendi, 1-time Gold Glover, 1-time Silver Slugger. I'm surprised he lasted as long as he did. That man's been basically irrelevant for a couple years. Jose Berrios calls it a career. A 3.84 ERA, pretty good. As a starter, Corbin Burns calls it a career for the 2021 Cy Young Award winner, a 4-time All-Star and a Gold Glover back in 2028. Carlos Correa, who, when you look at the numbers, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer. He might not be a Hall of Famer in real life. 285 homers, 268 batting average. I just don't think the numbers and accolades add up to a guy that is a Hall of Famer, though he's a full-time All-Star. Edwin Diaz is calling it a career, 464 saves. Borderline. I think he's a borderline Hall of Famer, but maybe he doesn't get in. 2-time reliever of the year, 4-time All-Star. Lourdes Gurriel Jr. is going to call it a career as well, though he hasn't played in the major leagues in 3 years. Kind of bounced around towards the tail end of his actual playing career. It happens. 1-time All-Star. Max Kepler calls it a career. Hee-Sung Kim, who the hype was, all the Japanese players were going to L.A. This man didn't do a lot. Whatever. I thought about trading for him at one point, but I'm just like, Former Yankee and former Met now. Michael King calls it a career. 104 wins, 99 losses. Corey Seager, Hall of Famer, though I doubt this game recognizes it. 422 homers, 2,200 hits, 288 average, driving in 1,200 runs. The MVP in 26, Rookie of the Year in 16, a two-time World Series MVP, home run derby winner, playoff MVP, all-star MVP. Just put this man in there. Like, just put him in there. Like, come on. Mike Trout, we salute you when the Angels did wrong by you. 531 homers, 284 batting average, 2,300 hits, 1,345 RBI, three-time MVP, Rookie of the Year. I can't add how many All-Star appearances, but 3 postseason games ever, because the Angels are a fucking incompetent organization and should be ashamed of themselves. You should be ashamed of yourselves. You had one of these great players of all time basically not playing the playoffs because you didn't want to spend. He's a Hall of Famer. So is Manny Machado. Blake Snell should be a Hall of Famer. I'm sorry. I think if you actually won a third Cy Young, you're in. You're in. Like, there's no way around. You shouldn't be denied. As far as free agents is concerned, Bryant Abreu we could bring him back. We definitely can, though he might want to be a closer, given, Grady has been holding things down. But I have loved what he has given us for the most part. Jazz Chisholm is, I believe, 35 years old. He still has some righty bop. Maybe we bring him back on the 1 year. I know he missed essentially the entire season with a torn ACL, but he could still give us something in the outfield, maybe even in the infield. Zach Thompson, I don't know. Maybe we bring him back. Maybe we don't. And we have a vacancy at first base. Check out the 2033 season in the next